listening to the Live and Onboard podcast. I'm your host, Tony Milazzo, and my guest today is singer, songwriter, multi-instrumentalist. The list is very long. Ruddy is here with us today. Robin.
Hello.
How you doing?
Hi, Tony. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. I've been looking forward to this for a while.
Well, me too.
You are so talented. You have so many things going on, it makes me dizzy. Does it make you dizzy?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, that's good.
I have to hold on tight.
Yeah, oh my God. So, yeah, how do you do it? You have so much going on. Maybe you want to tell us a few of the things you got going on.
I don't know. I work to deadlines, and whatever's coming up next is what I work on.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So, Robin, not only a multi-instrumentalist, she's played with so many music icons, too. We'll get into that. But also, you have the Parlor Studios on Music Row.
Parlor Productions on Music Row. And this year, 2025, we're celebrating our 25th anniversary of being on Music Row.
That's right.
So that's super exciting.
That's right.
Quite a milestone.
I was at that event.
Yes, you were. That's where we met.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was.
And very impressive. Your studio, beautiful studio.
It's a beautiful studio.
Nothing like this one. And also the publishing company. You have a publishing company, right?
Yes, we've got Best Built Songs and Hammering the Hits, and we publish all the in-house stuff there. So.
Yeah, very impressive. Very impressive.
Mark Allen Barnett used to be with us back when we first opened up the publishing company. And I think Mark Allen Barnett is a mutual friend of ours.
Yes, that's how we met.
That's how we met. And
great guy.
He was responsible for helping us get it launched.
Great. Well, congratulations on that. 25 years.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive especially in the music business. 25 years later, still be right there on Music Row.
I know. It's amazing.
Especially since everything else is almost gone, huh?
Well, it's gone and changed. It's changed a lot. Yeah.
Okay, so I'd like to talk about you being a multi-instrumentalist.
Okay.
'Cause that's pretty impressive. You play a lot of different instruments. What instruments do you play?
Well, I primarily guitar, banjo, dobro, and pedal steel. Those are my primary instruments. And then secondarily, I can play some mandolin and bass and ukulele and just about anything with strings. I can find my way around it, except for fiddle. I can play enough fiddle to clear a room. I started off when I was a little kid, maybe 7 years old, with the ukulele. Parents got me a ukulele, and I, learning how to play all these.
Did you figure it out?
Yeah, I did.
And you played songs?
I did. I played songs.
Oh, kudos.
Back in the day, little folk songs and just simple things. And then I got piano lessons. My mom got me piano lessons so that I could learn how to read music and get all that together. And
how did that go?
It went pretty well. I learned how to read music and got all that together, but it wasn't my instrument. And my sister got a guitar. When I was probably 10 or 11, my sister got a guitar. And so I got her to teach me everything she knew on the guitar.
She was older than you?
She was older than me.
How many years?
5.5 years older than me.
Okay.
And so I learned from her how to do the guitar, and I really wanted my own guitar. So my parents said, if you can learn how to play 3 songs by Christmas, we'll get you a guitar. And so I got those 3 songs. I learned those 3 songs and played them for them before Christmas, and I got my guitar for Christmas. So I guess I passed my first audition.
Good for you.
And then from there, I tried out the band instruments. I tried out flute for a while. I was really inspired by Jethro Tull and those kind of bands that had flute in them. So I played flute for a little while, but that was short-lived. And then I kept on playing guitar through all of that. And then I met somebody when I was probably about 15 who played bluegrass. And I learned about bluegrass. I was born and raised in Miami. And we didn't have a lot of bluegrass down there, and this guy was from North Carolina.
Just green grass.
Yeah, right. And so he taught me how to flat pick on the guitar, and I thought, oh, this is awesome, flat picking. And so I got really good at that. And then we went off and gypsied around for years together, playing music, and played in bluegrass bands. And I noticed in all the jam sessions, all the bluegrassers love to jam and get together and just have picking parties and stuff. And I noticed, you know, they never give the little girl playing guitar, they never give her a solo, ever. Nobody said, take it, Robin. And so I decided I was going to learn how to play banjo, because the banjo players always got to take solos. And so I learned how to play the banjo. And then while I was learning how to play the banjo player in our band, who was a med student, ended up taking a residency across the country. So all of a sudden we had a banjo opening in our band.
And you're right there.
And I became the banjo player / guitar player in that band. And so that's how I got going on banjo. And then later on, a few years past that, I decided that bluegrass, I love bluegrass, love it, because it's just so organic, and it's all about harmonies. I love harmonies, but it's a very small little niche in the big picture.
For sure.
And I also love the sound of the pedal steel. But somebody told me that you had to be really coordinated to play the pedal steel. And I'll get to a story in a minute, which will kind of give you some insight. But I always thought of myself as not being coordinated. I didn't think I could play the pedal steel. I just had that block, that mental block.
Yeah, there's a lot going on there.
A lot going on. And so I was, at this point in time, I was in college, and I was taking classical guitar because it was part of the curriculum.
Yeah.
And my classical guitar teacher stopped me one day. I was showing her something. She was trying to teach me how to do something, and she said, Robin, you're the most coordinated student I've ever had. And I went, wait, what? And when she said that, that was a pivotal moment in my life, because all of a sudden that gave me the permission to think, oh, if I'm her most coordinated student, maybe I can play the pedal steel.
Yeah, maybe I could do this.
Maybe
right?
I could do it.
Yeah.
And so my friend who had a pedal steel and was a banjo player and a steel player happened to have just bought another pedal steel, and he was looking to sell his double neck, Emmons double neck. And he said, Robin, you should buy my steel and go sign up for lessons with Buddy Charlton. And I had just gotten this little inheritance from my grandmother, who passed away, and it was just enough to buy that steel. And so I bought that pedal steel.
Sweet.
And signed up for lessons with Buddy Charlton. And Buddy Charlton was a steel player that played with Ernest Tubb and the Texas Troubadours, back with Leon Rhodes. And they did all of this twin bebop stuff, all in like guitar steel twin stuff. It was amazing. So he ended up in Maryland, which is outside the DC Beltway, and I lived in Virginia outside the DC Beltway, so it was about a 50-minute drive to go to his place. His shop was in the back of a Harley-Davidson dealership.
Oh, how cool.
And so I go to the lesson, and I get my steel out of the back of the car, put it on the hand truck, and I'm wheeling the hand truck around the Harley-Davidsons, trying not to knock one over, you know, going, okay, don't knock it over. And then get to the very back. Of course, his office was in the very back, and we'd set our steels up facing each other. His would already be set up, and I'd set mine up facing him. And it was back in the cassette days, so I would start the cassette recorder for the lesson. And he would go, okay, well, this week we're going to learn this, or, you know, I'd ask him for a song, or he would say, well, let me teach you this song. And it would go like this. Okay. Put your left foot on the A and B pedal and press them down. Put your bar on the 3rd fret, pick the 4, 5, and 6 strings, and then lift up on the B pedal, and that would be the first move. And then press down on the B pedal, and that would be the second move. And then take your left inside knee lever and just the B pedal and hit strings 10, 6 and 8 and go up to the 5th fret or something like that. And so it would go step by step with all of those elements, and nothing was written down. It was all just by rote. He just said, okay, do this, then the next step is this, then the next step is this, and every this involved 3 or 4 different moves, and I had it all on cassette. And so...
And you got it, huh?
And I got it. I mean, we would do a phrase, and then we'd go back through the phrase to make sure I could remember it, and then we would do another phrase, and then we'd try to put those 2 phrases together, and we'd get as far as we could in an hour through the song. And I would listen to that cassette on the way home. It's about the same amount of time as the lesson. And I'd be in my brain going, okay, yeah, that was that. And I'd just be recreating it in my brain, in my head, trying to figure out, okay, I think I remember that. And then I would go home, set my steel back up, and go through it again just to make sure I remembered all the different moves and see if I could remember it. And then I would record a guitar part I had this little cassette recorder, so I would record a guitar part real slow and try to put it together in time. And I'd figure out the parts that I couldn't do, and I had to work on all of that. And then eventually I'd get that smoothed out, and then I'd do a new guitar part a little bit faster, and I'd get that put together. And I did that for the whole week, and then I go back and play him what I put, how it came together. And that's how I learned how to play steel.
Wow.
Isn't that just crazy?
Yeah, but that's great.
And I was so dedicated to it. I had a rule that there was not going to ever be a day when I wouldn't practice. So, and I had a boyfriend at the time, and he lived in Maryland, and so sometimes I would go up there, and I'd pack up the steel, take the steel up there, and he'd help me carry it in, and I'd set it back up, and I have to practice. I can't go a day without practicing. And so I would do that.
It all paid off, though,
Yeah,
huh?
it paid off. Yeah, so that's my story of how I learned how to play steel. Thank you, Buddy Charlton. I wish he was still alive to see where all of that took me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never really got to thank him after the fact, after I got to be, a successful steel player.
Yeah. How successful?
Well,
who have you played with? Steel?
I have played with Rod Stewart and Shania Twain and Lynn Anderson and Ray Stevens, and just played with Deborah Allen last Friday night, and just goes on and on and on.
Yeah, that's impressive.
I've been all over the world, been to 26 countries.
Wow.
Playing music. So it was a good pivotal turning point.
Hard work pays off.
I did get to thank Alicia Kopstead, I think is her last name, the guitar teacher that told me I was coordinated. I found her on Facebook, and I wrote her this long letter and told her my story. And
that's beautiful.
She was so grateful that I reached out to her, and she said, you never get to know what happens to your students after they move on.
Yeah.
So that was pretty neat.
That is neat.
Yeah.
Yeah, good for you. Good for her. She needed that too, huh?
Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing. So, that was you playing the pedal steel, right?
Yeah, all of those gigs I played the pedal steel on, but some of them I was multi-instrumentalist on.
Okay. Which was banjo?
Banjo. With Lynn, I played pedal steel and banjo with Lynn Anderson. And with Rod Stewart, once he found out I played anything I played, he would work it into the thing. So I played pedal steel, dobro, banjo, guitar, a 6-string and 12-string guitar, just all of it.
Yeah,
so
amazing.
It was cool. I would have played the mandolin part, but there was another girl in the band that already had that part, so we should have done twin.
So what was it like to play with, it's Sir Rod Stewart, isn't it?
Sir Rod Stewart now.
Royalty.
It wasn't when I was with him. I was with him in 2006 through 2008. So he
what's it like working with him? He's so talented.
What was it like working with him?
Yeah, he's so talented, and is he a great guy too?
Yeah, he was a great guy, and super creative, super hands-on. Wanted to change up the show all the time. He's always changing up the show, just to keep it interesting for him, I guess, and for everybody that's in the organization. Even from night to night to night, the set list would change, he'd shuffle the deck and we'd do different songs. And he has so many hits.
Yeah.
That he, you got plenty to choose from.
Yeah, for sure. Oh my God, he had so many great songs. Grew up on all that.
I just saw him on Thursday. Was it last Thursday? I don't know. Maybe it was last Thursday. Maybe it was a week before Thursday at the Ascend Amphitheater.
Great.
Yeah.
Here in Nashville.
Here in Nashville.
Yep.
He says the last tour, but we'll see.
They always say the last tour.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm hoping that when I go, I'm on stage.
Yeah, me too. I might as well.
You might as well, right?
We're music.
We're music people.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And you had some stories you were talking about that you wanted to tell, maybe. Do you?
Well,
Any
one of the stories was that
stories?
story about learning how to play the pedal steel. Yeah, I have like one of the really cool stories on the road. A couple stories on the road with Rod Stewart. We played the concert for Die at Wembley Stadium, and this was a 10-year anniversary of Princess Diana's death.
Oh, wow.
That her sons put together, Prince Harry and Prince William, and they organized this massive concert with Elton John and Rod Stewart and the symphony and ballet dancers and like all of these different elements. Probably 30 different acts were on this show, and it was an all-day concert. And Rod Stewart and we only did 3 songs. That tells you how many acts were on it, and it was an all-day concert. And so we had a bus call at, I don't know, let's say 3 o'clock. And so I'm getting ready to go to this show. We had already been down there once that day to do the sound check. And then they brought us back to the hotel, and then we had another bus call to go back and do the show. And so I'm getting ready, getting dressed, turned on the TV just to keep me company. And there was this newscast or show of this thing that I'm getting ready to go play. And it had the blimp, going over the people, 70,000 people in the arena. It was a stadium.
Yep.
And I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm getting ready to go play on that stage right now. And it was just so cool. It's just so cool.
Very impressive.
Yeah, to be able to get to do that.
I got goosebumps just you saying it.
Crazy? Yeah.
Totally crazy. So something like that, were you really nervous at all?
Not really, because my parts were not, nobody, I wasn't the focus. I was supporting musically what was going on, and I'd done it 1,000 times.
Yeah.
So I wasn't really nervous.
No.
I never get nervous on stage.
Yeah. You're just in the moment having fun?
Just in the moment having fun.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah. I probably used to.
Yeah.
But maybe not anymore.
Not anymore.
I used to play at Opryland. I don't know if you knew that, but back when we had a theme park
in
Nashville,
right.
We had the Opryland theme park, and we had, I think, 14 different stages with live musical productions with live musicians, and I played in 2 or 3 of the different productions, and so I was there for 10 years. Doing that show, doing those shows in the summertime, 6 days a week, 4 to 6 shows a day, plus doing casuals at night at the hotel. Yeah. And so when you get on stage that often, over and 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 over, doing the same show, all just year in, year out, year in, year out. I've counted it up one time, and I think I've played more than 15,000 shows. Oh. So it's a staggering number of amount of hours on stage. So you just get real comfortable. Yeah. That's how you get really good. And oh my God, it's so fun when you're playing in a show like that, because you do it over and over and over again. You get so tight with the band. Yeah. That absolutely everything is just flawless, and and then you start to play around with each other, and you do little things that the other person will hear. Nobody in the audience would ever notice. Yeah. But you'll do something, and it'll make one guy laugh, and like a quote from something like that, and then we'll kind of try to work in little quotes that work into the comedy skit because
Yeah.
it was a comedy guy that we were backing up,
Yeah.
and his name was Tim Watson. A lot of people know him. He did the jump splits with the fiddle.
Oh.
Anyway, so that was really fun.
That's when it starts to become fun, huh?
That was a really good foundation, a good entertainment university. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The work ethic I get from that too.
Yes.
Like
We punched a time clock.
being able to do that
Yeah.
every day.
It was a work ethic lesson for sure, and you had to be on time.
Yeah.
You could not be late.
Yep. Yeah, your persistence and tenacity in the music biz.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And that's what it takes, right?
Mm-hmm.
To be around this many years in music.
Yeah.
Right? Hard work.
Hard work.
Being where you're supposed to be.
And loving what you do.
Yeah.
'Cause
Loving the music.
I have a rule. I have a golden rule, which is if it's not fun, I'm not doing it. That's where I've gotten to.
Yeah.
It's just I don't care about the money as much anymore.
Yeah.
I care about, is it fun? Am I playing with good people, good
Yeah.
musicians?
Yeah.
And if I'm playing with good musicians, that's my little piece of heaven.
Yeah.
So,
And that's great.
yeah.
I used to tell people, no fun, I'm done. Especially
Yes,
in
there it
LA,
is. There it
Hollywood.
is.
It was like,
Yours is so much better put than mine was.
no fun, I'm
No
done.
fun, I'm done.
It almost sounds rude. It's like New York style.
Yeah.
Hey, no fun, I'm done.
There you go. Where are you from?
I'm from New York.
Are you? What part?
I'm originally from Brooklyn,
Okay.
New York City, Lower East Side. I
Oh.
spent a lot of time in the 80s. I just dated myself. Lower East Side in the 80s.
There you go.
Yeah.
My sister has an apartment in Manhattan in the meat packing district.
Oh, yeah.
You probably know where that is. I'm
Yeah,
not-
yeah. So it's the upper avenues and uptown a little bit.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Midtown, uptown.
And then
around there.
Larry, my husband, was from Long Island, like the Roosevelt
Oh.
area, Long
Yeah.
Island,
Roosevelt Field? Westbury?
something like that.
Yeah. That's
yeah.
my family's out that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got my whole family still out there.
So we did a lot of trips up there, and so I feel like New York is not my home state, but I know I've been there a lot.
Yeah. You've done some work there, huh?
Yeah.
You played.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. And LA?
Yeah, I've done some stuff in LA too. Rod Stewart's organization, the first gig that I did with them, they put me up in a little hotel room that was really like a one-bedroom apartment, and we spent a couple of weeks there rehearsing for the tour the first time I went out with him. So I got to know. I guess that was in Hollywood, part of LA.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was really nice.
Did you like it there?
Yeah.
Not enough to stay?
Not enough to stay. No, the only thing that it's got on Nashville is the beach.
Yeah.
I do miss the beach.
I miss the beach, the weather, and my big boat.
The weather, yeah. But the rest of it, boy, Nashville's got it hands down.
It does.
We've got the Southern hospitality.
It's amazing.
We've got the writing community that's
Yep.
such a tight-knit writing community
Oh,
that I've never seen that anywhere else.
no.
When people ask me after I did all that touring what was my favorite city, I always say, well, if you really want to know the truth, Nashville's my favorite city in the world
Yeah.
that I've been to.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. The community's just amazing.
The community is amazing.
Everybody was pretty welcoming to me.
Yeah.
I'm only here a few years.
Same here when we first started off.
It's
We didn't know anybody,
been amazing.
and we just found our way and
Yeah.
just built an empire here on Music Row.
Yeah, you sure did. Very impressive.
Yeah.
So, you were encouraged and inspired when you were young to do music,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And that is key. The earlier you learn an instrument or stop playing, the better. But if you were going to give anybody advice who was either wanted to get into music, young person, what would you say to them?
Oh, well, first of all, if they want to do it, do it. And if they want to do it for the money, don't do it. If they want to do it for the love of doing it, do it. And then start as early as, as young as possible. It's so important to start young. And then, having said that, it's really never too late to start. Like, you can be our age and start and still learn how to play.
Yeah.
But it's just something about those formative years that you internalize things that you never seem to forget. And it's easier, I think, when you're younger.
Yeah.
To absorb it.
Music changes your life. I know it did mine.
If you listen,
sure.
you read the biographies and stuff of these people who are just big stars and stuff, or like the Tiger Woods. His dad got him started when he was really young, and Billy Strings got the same story. His dad got him started when he was really young and was his teacher. And Tiger Woods' teacher and coach was his dad when they were kids, when they were just little itty bitties.
Right.
And then they get them launched, and then they send them to the next level of coaches and teachers.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So I guess I'll blame my dad for my horrible guitar skills,
because he didn't get you going soon enough?
Yeah, he didn't play. Didn't get me going soon enough. And then I had all the wrong teachers, which is tied into what we were talking about.
Yes.
You had the right person.
Yes.
I had several people try to teach me guitar. Never happened.
Well, you
Took
know,
many
I had
years.
the same experience with the piano, and it could be why I never became a piano player. But my first piano teacher pulls out the rudimentary book, da 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 da, da 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 da, to teach me the notes and stuff, and I was so bored because I have a really good ear, and I just hated it. And my mother would have to put a timer on the piano for 30 minutes to make me sit down and practice, because I just hated it. And so then she said, maybe we should try a different teacher. So she got me a different teacher, and the second teacher did the same thing, the rudimentary stuff, so I would learn how to read. But she also pulled out this fake book that had popular songs, and she said, here, pick a song out of this book. And I'd flip through and I go, that's what I want to learn, that one right there. And then she had my little blank staff spiral notebook that she would write out the notes. She painstakingly wrote out the notes, which I never read because I could hear it. I could just pick it out by ear. But she taught me how to play chords with my left hand, and that was the key. So once I learned how to play the chords with my left hand, I could play anything because I could hear the melodies. I could pick out the melodies and just comp the chords. And that just opened up a whole world for me.
Great.
And that was because the teacher recognized that I needed more than just the rudimentary learn how to read music book, which I hated, and I still do. I don't like reading music because I like to hear it. I'm an ear player. Yeah,
good for you. The right teacher is key, and I do notice, I've produced music. I had a label back in the day in LA, and I did find that the people who came in and went to MIT and Berkeley and it was a little harder to work with them, believe it or not, than the people who were self-taught and trying to get that whole less is more on tracks, right?
Right. Why was it harder?
I think because a lot of them are jazz players, right? And they play a lot of notes,
right?
Overplay everything.
They think the more is more.
More is more, they think.
Instead of less is more.
So it's more like wearing them down in the studio to get what you want, versus getting somebody in who's self-taught and having them just reach a little bit and getting what you need.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, there are people who are studied in the music schools that are also very good improvisationalists and know how to listen to a singer and know how to play around the singer.
Yeah,
but
it's not a blanket statement.
But not. But if they don't have that musical sense of the big picture, it's like in Nashville, it's all about the song. That's the big phrase around here.
Yeah.
And so if you're not servicing the song, and you're only servicing your own guitar playing, it's just not adding to it. It's just masking what is the beauty of the actual song and the lyrics and the singer's voice and all the other things.
Yeah. And Nashville being a songwriting town, I made some adjustments before I even got here. I knew I had to get better on guitar, right? Be solo. It's pretty much guitar for songwriter nights.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And all about the song and delivering and selling that song, like, to the audience, right?
Yeah, it is.
And whole different thing than anything I've done. I've always been a front man in the band, or you know, singing, playing guitar, doing something, right? But I never had to just carry it myself.
Yeah.
And that's a big deal.
One of the things that I have noticed with most people, especially at writers' nights, because there's a lot of people that play writers' nights that aren't very accomplished musically. They can play enough to accompany themselves on their song, but they don't have the finesse to deliver, like you said, to deliver a song. And the big missing element in most of these people is dynamics.
Yes.
If they could learn the magic of dynamics, you can shut down a loud talky audience by just bringing it down. And you think you got to play louder and louder to get over them, but that doesn't work. They just talk louder and louder.
Right.
But if all of a sudden you drop your volume down to a whisper,
it gets quiet.
All of a sudden they go,
yeah.
I better be quiet. There's something going on up there.
Yeah. Can't hear 'em.
It's so cool. And then they start to listen to what you're delivering. And it's just, you got them. You got them.
Yeah.
You drew them in.
Well, I've seen you at the songwriter events. I've never gotten to see you. I may have when you play with some pretty big people. I've seen a lot of concerts.
Yeah.
But I've seeing you just yourself and doing that, your dynamics, you're amazing in your songwriter nights. Amazing. You really deliver the song.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good job.
That's magic sauce.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Are we going to get some of that magic sauce today?
Yeah, you can do that if you
going to play?
If you like, yeah.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Robin Ruddy.
Well, we're back, and I'm going to play a couple tunes for you. And I'd like to play this one for you. I've been working on this project with Carlos Tornes, who lives in California. And we've got a group called Flip Flop Revival, and we've been writing all these really cool beachy trop rock songs that are going over real well, and we're super excited to get the music out. We're getting ready to release this one. It's our first release from the project, and it's called Cool Little Place. I got a cool little place down by the beach, the sun and the surf, so sweet. I got a cool little place down by the beach. Come on down to my little beach shack, drinks on ice and fresh stone crabs. We can settle in or just kick back. I got a cool little place down by the beach, the sun and the surf, so sweet. I got a cool little place down by the beach. When the sun goes down and the moon starts to rise, let's break out that key lime pie and watch the stars come alive beneath Caribbean skies. I got a cool little place down by the beach, the sun and the surf, so sweet. I got a cool little place down by the beach. Oh, kick off your flip-flops, put your toes in the sand, feel that warm sun on your face. I got a cool little place down by the beach, the sun and the surf, so sweet. I got a cool little place I got a cool little place down by the beach, down by the beach, down by the beach, down by the beach. All right. So I'm going to do another song. I've got a lot of music coming out in the next few months, and this song is featured on a project called 16th Avenue Breakdown. It's a band that I've been in for a while, and we used to be called Goodnight John Boy, but we changed the band name to 16th Avenue Breakdown because Goodnight John Boy was not really, it just, when you Googled it, it was dominated by the Waltons, and you just could never find us. And so we decided maybe we better rethink the name of the band. Anyway, so we do a lot of cover tunes and mashups and things that, like taking songs from the 90s and grassifying them and putting the banjo on it and stuff like that. And it's really a cool band. It features Matt Stamps on vocals and Kathy Stamps on percussion and Scott Shively on guitar and me, and I play banjo and pedal steel in that band. And then during the pandemic, we decided that since we weren't playing anywhere, we decided to start writing together and working on an album. So we're still working on, the album is done now. Finally, it's done. We're getting ready to have our listening party, and we're planning our CD release party. But this song is on the album, and Matt is the lead singer. So this is going to be sung by Matt. But it's a song that I wrote, and it's called Little Bit of Love. Upside down, don't know which way is up. One thing that I know for sure ain't nothing but a little bit of love. Got me spinning round and round, I'm so tangled up. Wrapped around your finger, boy, ain't nothing but a little bit of love. Burning, burning, souls on fire. Watching flames go higher and higher. Temperature rising, rising up when I crave your touch. Doctor told me it ain't nothing but a little bit of love. Way too fast, still we're speeding up. Come on, baby, hold on tight, ain't nothing but a little bit of love. Burning, burning, souls on fire. Watching flames go higher and higher. When I crave your touch, doctor told me it ain't nothing but a little bit of love. 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 wrap it up, I'm going to do a final song that is from my current release, and the album is called Ruddy, Healing Happens. And that album is a tribute to my husband, Larry Sheridan, who passed away in 2021, sadly enough, and I miss him terribly. And it really chronicles the journey from grief to healing in song. And it's quite an amazing project. It literally came down from the heavens. The songs kept coming to me one after the other, after the other, after the other. And they're all songs that I had to write fast to get them out. It's those kind of songs. And when you get those kind of songs, they really are coming from source. And so that's what this whole album is very divinely anointed, I think. It's just it's amazing. Anyway, so one of the things that happened after Larry passed is everything started to break. Everything started falling apart, and things like the refrigerator in the car, and the water heater, and the just stuff. Just dogs were escaping. The fence needed to be fixed, and all kinds of stuff. And so it just seemed like every little thing, and all of those things. Larry was my fix-it man. He was the handiest person ever. He knew how to build a castle, but he would certainly be able to fix anything that was broken, and so he would always do that. So I never had to worry about it until he was gone, and then all of a sudden I'm going, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And but I've been figuring it out over time, figuring out who to call and getting things done. But anyway, so in the beginning stages, it was just felt like everything that I started to realize, you just don't realize how much the other person does in your relationship until they're gone. I just had no idea. And it's not just fixing things, it's emotional support and just supporting you as a person and all of those things. So that's what this song is about. It's called Every Little Thing. Every little thing that you did it for me. Keeps coming back every day, every day, every day. You're something I need. Car needs a fixin'. Yard needs a mowing, and the dogs are digging up the dirt. Refrigerator's buzzing, I don't know why. If you were here, you'd make it work. Every little thing that you did it for me. Keeps coming up every day, every day, every day. There's something I need. And a glass of wine at the end of a long, long day. I got a problem I can't figure out. I want to know what you'd say. Every little thing that you did it for me. Keeps coming up every day, every day, every day. There's something I need. Of all the little things you did for me, the biggest thing you did was let me be me. Oh, every little thing that you did, you did it for me. Keeps coming up every day, every day, every day. There's something I need. Every little thing that you did it for me. Keeps coming up every day, every day, every day. There's something I need.
You've been listening to the Live and Onboard podcast with your host, Tony Milazzo. Join our Facebook group, Live and Onboard Podcast. Subscribe to the Live and Onboard Podcast on YouTube. You can email us at liveandonboardpodcast@gmail.com. You can also find me on Instagram and TikTok at Tony Milazzo Live. Thanks for listening, and share this with a friend.